I'm Debbie Matney. I teach at Porter Elementary in Johnson County. I teach 3rd grade. I had been teaching 5th grade for about 10 years, and all I taught was social studies. So I'm a really big social studies fan. And I came up with my problem was I taught a lot of math and a lot of reading, but not much social studies. If I could get it in the reading and math, then that was fine. But then, you know, how it is when you're teaching elementary. So I decided that I needed a way for kids to be interactive and engaged independently. And so I came up with file folder games. And I had been introduced to QR codes back a couple of years ago here at the Summit by another Johnson County teacher, and I thought, I've got to get into that. That's awesome. So what I've developed is an interactive file. And I'd worked with this last spring, and my kids loved it, and they thought they were so independent when they used it. And all it does is it takes one of the, I've got different color-coded files for each social studies big idea, government and social study, or government and history and economics and social, all those. And then I picked out 5 standards from each one of those. And I did a whole lesson on them. And I have all these resources from when I taught 5th grade and I know about, and I was just like, well, I don't need to waste those. And so what I started with, when this gets laminated, I haven't done this yet, is a pretest. And it's just little questions that I'll ask them, basically what they know about the functions of local government now. Then they'll go to this QR code with I'm buying iPad minis to go with these so that they'll be able to get a QR code reader. And like this one has a local government video. And it's just a YouTube thing. You just copy the link, go to the QR generator, paste it, and then download it, and you've got your QR code. And make sure you label it, because sometimes you get mixed up and you're like, which one's that? Okay, and then this one goes to a reading passage. And you can do that from readworks.org or any place. They've got hundreds of them. Then over here, we do local government read aloud. So it has a book that is read to them. Down here, it's a brain pop-up game, so it's interactive games. And then finally down here, I have a local government post-test, which is on Edmodo. So it takes them to their Edmodo account. They post-test on what they've learned so far over that, and then they decide whether they want to do it. They want to continue it or not. Well, then I've got their data notebooks from the Leader and Me things, and they will go to a check sheet and tell me, if they finish this lesson, what lesson they want to do next, and then they can even talk about, if they like the lesson, what they learned, what they liked best about it, and self-assess themselves. So when I started working on this, I couldn't figure out, I was like, well, how could I do it so that they could, take care of it themselves? And the file folder was the best way to do that. And I thought, well, I'll just have them in a box, and they can come and pick out the file that they need, and then, complete the lesson. And then I'll be able to see on Edmodo whether they passed the test or not. So I don't think this could be used only in social studies. I think you could use this in any subject area. I think it would be great for language arts. I think it would be great for math, science. Of course, we don't need science now because we got STEM scopes, but it could be used in anything. And I feel like it would help any teacher who wants to use technology in a more efficient way and in a positive way, because it's easy to use technology and say, oh yeah, I've got these computers and I've got these iPads and we can use it in any way. But if you're really not seeing what they know, then it's not as efficient as you think it is. If they're not being assessed, it's not as efficient as you think. So my kids can get on there all they want and be doing iCurio all day long, and if I'm not going around going, okay, what are you doing? All right, what do you know about that? And if I don't stay right on them, I don't know what they're doing. But with this, they can go right back to Edmodo and just say, see, I took the test and I passed it, and this is what I know about it. So. The money is going to the the iPad minis, and then I'm getting file folders that don't have the little pockets in them, and that's it. So, any questions? Okay, thank you.